I'm mad, internet. I'm real mad. You see, YouTubers are fighting TikTokers. Floyd Mayweather fought Logan Paul. You know, even Ricegum has reappeared onto the scene, getting ready to throw hands. And you know what's weird about this? I'm not included. Guys, I've been saying this for years, right? I need my channels to succeed so I can be on that undercard, okay? I know everybody that watches FPS Diesel wants to see me fight, you know? I think it would be an amazing time. I know a couple of YouTubers I'd love to throw hands with. It would be a bloodbath. But it's all right that I'm not included on this YouTubers versus TikTokers fight. I get it. You know, I'm like a secret character in Mortal Kombat. I'm like Ermac. Like, you gotta put in the secret code to get exactly what you want. And that secret code, by the way, is subscribing and hitting the bell. The closer we get me to being an important individual on the internet, the sooner everybody can see Def Noodles and his dumb cat ears get pushed in. Nah, but it's weird, man. Like, it becomes 90 degrees all of a sudden, and like 18-year-old white boys with dangly earrings and a fake perm just end up beefing and then fighting in a ring that people pay money to watch. And that is just insane to me. Like, if I was anyone else, I'd look at this YouTuber versus TikTokers thing, and I'd look at it and I'd go, you know, this looks like a really high-quality, sports-themed gay porn. But I'm not that person, so I'm not gonna say that. I mean, hell, they even have Taylor, his name is spelt wrong, Taylor Holder. And I mean, that man's got acting chops. He's in TikTok hospital, and we all know that the people who acted in TikTok hospital, 10 out of 10 actors. At least I think he's the guy who was in TikTok hospital. I might be getting him mixed up with some other 20-something with a really strong jawline. I don't know, he's also got the same haircut as that other guy. Maybe they're the same person. I'm not sure. It's okay, internet. I can actually mix these people up because they're white and we all have horrific double standards. I was gonna have a joke here about BTS, but I decided that I wouldn't say anything about the men who came from the Korean Ken doll factory, and I just kind of want us to come back to this whole gay porn thing. You know, because back in my day, male erotica that was themed around sports, I mean, it had class. I mean, look at this.
Hey buddy, I think you got the wrong door. The leather club's 2 blocks down.
Fuck you.
Ah, fuck you, Leatherman. Maybe you and I should settle it right here on the ring if you think it's that tough. Yeah, you gonna wrestle
your ass. Yeah.
Yeah, right, man. Let's go. Why don't you get out of that leather stuff? I'll strip down out of this and we'll settle it right here in the ring. What do you say?
Yeah, no problem, buddy.
Right. You got it. Get out of that jabroni outfit.
Yeah, smart ass.
Sorry guys, I'm not interested in YouTubers and TikTokers fake boxing. I'm interested in YouTubers and TikTokers getting in the wrestling match and then fighting over some briefcase on top of a ladder. I want that. I think it would be much better. I think it'd be a lot more fun to see some wrestler just body slam Taylor into the ground. It'd be totally unreasonable. Do you think some of these TikTokers and YouTuber guys get like chin surgery? I feel like strong chin game is getting a little ridiculous. Like, when did this become a thing people enjoy? Like, overly, like, Chad chins. Like, I'm afraid Taylor is gonna sneeze and, like, his chin is gonna, like, pop out and he's gonna turn into a crimson chin. Clearly, I gotta get on a Jawser-sized regiment because my chin game's kind of weak in comparison to him. I guess in a boxing match, that'd be great. If you want to get hit, is have a big chin, more surface area to get hit. But ladies, I find it a little ridiculous that the chin game has gone to such extreme levels. So I gotta ask, does everybody just find jaws attractive? Because I've never looked at a jaw like that. Like, did Crimson Chin really screw you up that much? I mean, I never really thought he was that much of a guy, but clearly the chin stands for something, if you catch my drift. One of the weirdest fights that's supposedly happening this summer is between Gabbie Hanna and Ricegum. That's okay. I understand if some of you don't know who Ricegum is. I think some of you might not have been born when he was popular. No, but for real, this is apparently a thing that may or may not happen, and I think it might be a lie, but the idea that Ricegum and Gabbie Hanna might be hopping into a ring to throw hands, I mean, it's just amazing. I mean, they catch up with Ricegum, the paparazzi do, in this video clip that I'm going to show in a second, and he's just, like, being followed by his entourage of boys and like, children. According to my sources, he was going to pay a professional visit to Ghislaine Maxwell, but we're not going to get on to that. Ricegum might have said the best joke of his career when the paparazzi asked him if he was going to be fighting Gabbie Hanna.
Raise these hands is bisexual. Anyone can get it.
I mean, it's Pride Month. Rice. So that's awesome that this is happening and I'm hearing this from you. I mean, this doesn't mean the rest of Ricegum is bisexual, but his hands is bisexual. So, you know, something hand joke, penis, make that joke yourself. But you know, I'm being real comedic about this today, but I actually do want to see what a Ricegum versus Gabbie Hanna match could look like. You know, if it was anybody else, I'd say Rice is gonna win. But I think Gabbie Hanna might have a chance, only because her personality is strictly based on her consumption of alkaline water, natural oils, and smelly armpits. You know, usually there tends to be an issue when people of the opposite gender hop in a boxing match or get involved with any kind of like mixed martial arts exhibition match. Usually, the dude kicks the guy's butt because he's a dude and he's got more muscles and just the physicality difference is there. That's why we don't have mixed gendered martial arts. But honestly, I genuinely am saying this. This isn't a joke opinion, and I don't know who this is like an insult or compliment against. But I really do think Gabbie Hanna could win. I mean, look at Rice. Look at his frame. Look at his physique. Rice is like 70% water, 30% no talent. Like, he'd have to go from, and they're supposed to fight in August, by the way. He'd have to go from 70% water and no talent to like 70% complete yoked and 30% somehow good at boxing. I mean, I could also see Gabby winning because she's got that like unhinged energy, you know, maybe her horoscopes and everything are just gonna align that day and she's gonna kick butt. But I could see the girl boss doing it. And then, I don't know why, but I feel like if Gabbie Hanna took juice, which, let's be real here, guys, I'd say about like 90% of professional athletes, and even probably a lot of these guys in these exhibition matches, are on some kind of cycle, they're on some kind of juice. But I think if Gabbie Hanna got onto juice, I think she might get pretty yoked. I don't know, I'm just saying. I'm actually recording this before I've heard about the results from the Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather match, by the way. But man, would it have not been the funniest thing if Logan KO'd Floyd Mayweather? That'd be funny. Could you imagine the outrage from Twitter.com? Alright, so I just checked Twitter.com and the results are in. Most of the people who watch this boxing match have no idea who Floyd Mayweather is. Not surprising. I don't know how many people follow boxing. I used to box, I enjoy the sport, right? But Mayweather was always considered a bit of a boring fighter because he's very defensive, and that's why he's one of the greatest of all time. There's a reason. His name is Floyd Money Mayweather, alright? But people were surprised when Mayweather was like playing defensive. Like, that's his whole thing. That's why he's great. And I will say, it doesn't make for an interesting boxing match. I like seeing it when dudes lose teeth, you know, there's blood everywhere and they have to stop the match. That's fun. But more often than not, Mayweather is kind of boring to watch. But he's incredibly talented in terms of being a defensive fighter, you know? And so I'm really not surprised that most people are like, this was boring. I can't believe I paid money for this. It's like, did you know what you were buying? I will also add that I don't think Logan is as talented of a boxer as I think Jake Paul is. And also Jake Paul is probably the most interesting part of the Floyd versus Logan match when he stole the hat, of which I have a YouTube short about because, you know, I'm cool like that. But, you know, Jake Paul, he's kind of a wiener, but like, that makes him really cool and fun to watch in boxing because he talks big game, you know? It's the same thing that makes Conor McGregor really fun to watch in fights. He's really out there and just has a lot of energy, and Jake Paul kind of brings a similar kind of emotion to that, at least for me, when I watch him and see him do things related to fighting. Listen, all this to say is that this video was a thinly veiled attempt to challenge Deaf Noodles to a boxing match, but again, I'm also not important, but you know, that's why you guys gotta make me important and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that. I know I'm memeing about it here, and this video is primarily a meme, but that is actually genuinely on my bucket list of things to do. Like, it is. I really do plan to make that happen before I go into the grave, right? So, you know, at some point in my life, I would appreciate that. I don't care who sponsors me. Keemstar, I will tell you the nicest things in the world. I will compliment you all the time if you make it happen. Dennis, let's see if them comedy words that you spit, let's see if they can translate into the boxing ring, you know? It's kind of like performing on a stage, you know? Some hits land, some hits don't. It's kind of like a joke. except the joke is you on the floor because I won. Also, I don't know when, but I do have a Twitch, and I do plan to be streaming there eventually again. So stay on the lookout for a post on the channel about me streaming. Probably the first stream we'll do, we'll be looking at Connor Murphy, deep dive. So if you guys haven't, you can follow me there on FPS Diesel, as well on social media where you can get updates on everything at FPS Diesel. With that being said, guys, take care, be safe, and I don't know, start training to go fight your own YouTuber, right? Because there's enough that you could.